just this perfect 50-50 thing.
And certainly if you're waking up at 5 a.m. and working until 10 p.m., you hear these guys. Speaking of Robert Herjavec, I heard him say, I sleep for 3 or 4 hours a night. I don't believe it. I don't think that that's possible, not unless you're on meth.
I would be so miserable. Some people say they do that. I'm miserable if I get under 8 hours of sleep. It's just not pretty.
I've been using this thing called Sleep Cycle. You seen this app?
Oh, yeah. Well, you've
right
been plugging it
me.
in every night.
You see it right next to
Yes.
me. I've been using it for about a week, and it really is interesting to watch sleep patterns. And here's another thing that I didn't realize that it was keeping track of for me, is how your phone can tell you how many steps that you're walking.
Sure.
And I don't keep my phone with me when I'm exercising. I don't take it to the gym. I don't have it a lot. But it somehow knows how much I'm moving, and it's interesting to see that in correlation to my sleep. It's interesting to think about how much I've worked that day in correlation to my sleep. To me, the more sleep you get, the better you're going to be able to do during the day. So I don't believe this thing about 3 to 4 hours. Obviously, if you can do it, more power to you. It's more time to work or get that work-life balance.
Maybe he drinks a lot of coffee. Maybe it's just like got an IV of coffee.
A lot of guys do. Yeah,
sure.
a lot of guys do. So, I don't need to sleep. Hey, give me my coffee. Well, maybe that's your body telling you something. Number 9, Robert Herjavec's rules for entrepreneurs. He says this: the reason so few companies and people make it, it's not easy. Be honest with yourself. What price are you willing to pay to make the business work and be successful?
Think about it. I've never run a marathon. You've never run a marathon. Why?
Well, I was training for a marathon once, and I was traveling so much, it just was impossible for me to train.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it. It's hard to fit stuff into your schedule to train to do it. It's hard. Every part of it.
Well, let me say
difficult.
this, though. It's hard, but it wasn't a priority for me.
And that's the thing, is that if it's not a priority, if your business is not a priority, it's not going to take off. Same with the marathon. If it's not a priority, it's not going to happen. It's not going to take off. You're not going to find time for it, and you're not going to succeed. So I think you do have to keep in mind that any marathon in your life, whether it's an actual marathon or something else that you're doing, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be trying.
Look at how he words this, though, Laurel. He says, being committed to business is hard. And then it says, the reason so few companies and people make it, it's not easy. I'm going to take it back to the word I used just a minute ago, which is ease. It's not easy, but there is ease to it. And if you prioritize it, if you know your why it is that you're doing something, you can make it happen. And it's not that intimidating.
I think the problem is some new entrepreneurs coming into the scene, they read a book like The 4-Hour Work Week or something equivalent that talks about a get-rich-quick strategy. And they go in with the assumption that it's going to be like that. The assumption that they're just going to have to run one lap and win the race. And it turns out to be a marathon. And that's when it's like, oh, this is hard. You have to be committed. But I think if you go in thinking it's just easy and it's just going to be a breeze, that's when you really get in trouble.
You can sell a lot of books telling people that they don't have to work.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible to have a 4-hour work week? Yes. Some people have a 0-hour work week because they're living on passive income. The Ford family, I saw this. This is really interesting. Ford cars.
Sure.
They took their dividend up 60 cents per year per share. They've got billions of shares. So this thing was worth like $4 billion a year to the Ford family. 60 cents turns into billions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible to have a 0-hour work week. Can you do it? Yeah, you could do it. Could you have the 4-hour work week? Maybe, but Tim Ferriss is not working a 4-hour work week. Keep that in mind.
No, his podcast is like 2 hours, so that just
2
takes
hours
up,
an episode.
Yeah, that just takes up half of his 4-hour work week. So we know he's not doing that.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit more than that. Being committed to business is hard. I'm going to add, unless you know why, and unless you make it a priority. Life is easy when you live it the hard way, hard when you live it the easy way.
Well said.
You can sound real smart like flipping things around like that. You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Twain.
You can take the boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy.
Talking about me?
You are not a country boy. Let's just say that. I'm never going to see you pitching hay.
No, but we do
happen.
Represent Nashville.
Which is
podcast.
Not country. So, besides the music.
We just put on a cowboy hat when you guys come to town, just like spring break.
That's about it.
Put on the act. Number 10, Robert Herjavec's rules for entrepreneurs. It's all about the approach. Work hard, have fun, be nice, play fair, dream big. We only get one chance at this life. If you're going to play this game, play it to win. Let's
talk about our approach at Red to creating a business.
Okay. You're talking about PEP.
PEP. What is PEP? PEP. What does it stand for?
PEP is passion, ease, profit. If you're in something that doesn't have PEP, passion, ease, and profit, you're in the wrong business.
When we work with entrepreneurs, that's what we like to get them in alignment with: passion, ease, and profit. Because when you can build a business around those things, that's when you're really in alignment with yourself and alignment with what you want to create, is that PEP, that passion, ease, and profit. Because you have to have those things to move forward. And so that's our philosophy here at Red.
Robert Herjavec is right. Life is way too long to do something that you don't like. Certainly too long for you to work a day job. If you're going to try something, you might as well go for it. Go all in.
Play big to win big. You got to get in there. You got to do what you want to do. If a day job is for you, fantastic. We need people working day jobs.
Yeah, what is winning? That's another great discussion. What is winning? You find your definition of it. It's not necessarily the 4-hour work week. I like working, but I want that pep. I want that passion, the ease, and the profit.
Exactly. If you gave me a 4-hour work week, I would be miserable because I like to do this stuff. I like to do this podcast. I like to work. I like to work with people and coach people. I love all that stuff. If you took that away from me, it wouldn't be very fun. So I think you have to look at you and your life and what is fun? What can you work hard on and get in that zone and have fun with it and build something amazing? That's what it's all about. And it could be at a day job. It could be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're having fun and doing what you want to do and have that money to support your lifestyle and living the dream.
If you need help with that, reach out to us at redpodcast.com. We've got some stuff that might be of benefit to you. Don't be shy. There you'll also find our past episodes. If you've got any questions or episode suggestions, that's where to go, redpodcast.com. Are you listening on iTunes? If so, we'd appreciate a review. When you do that, we come up more frequently in the iTunes search results. More people find us, and we build a bigger, real entrepreneur community. Thanks for listening. Robert Herjavec's rules for 1 through 5. You can go to redpodcast.com/110 for that. See you on the next episode.
You've been listening to Red Podcast, Real Entrepreneur Development. Subscribe today using iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS at redpodcast.com.